Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back on TieGem. On my basic account, it is currently at 5Q, and we are trying to still get a basics game. Now, I have played twice so far in an attempt to get a nice basic building game. Neither of those games went exactly as expected. I'm going to condense those two videos and put them in an outtakes video, so you can look forward to that being uploaded. I think this time we'll get what we're looking for. I have confidence. I have complete confidence. Some naysayers out there say it's impossible to build on TieGem, but no. No, these naysayers are wrong. We just have to outthink them. Except,
the game has started.
I am black. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. I'm not going to do San Rinse, and I'm going to play a little bit quickly because I do not want him to resign because I'm taking too long. So I'm approaching high because we have every intention of building a framework here. So I'm going to be playing high moves, like as you can see. Same thing over here. I'm going to back off high because I'm going to just keep building up this little framework. Now here's where it gets interesting. I could ignore this 3-3 if I so want to, but I don't want to for the purposes of this video. I will respond to him in a nice basic style. That's technically San Rinse. I don't want to play it, but it's also now the best move. Okay, we're going to play it. Alright, now I don't want just the outside. Here's the kicker. I could confine him to my corner and just build out. I'm not going to do that though, because I am going to play for territory. Anytime you build any kind of framework, so at some point in the game, that framework has to be worth actual points. So I'm making the top worth actual points. He's going to make this side worth actual points. It's great. Tell you what. I'm going to drop down here like so. I'm going to highlight that of 2 and 3 stones. Like so. And then last but not least, we're going to connect up like so. So now we've got some influence again. So the Go is called a surrounding game. As you can see here, that's exactly what we did. I'm going to play here because if I throw in, I kill him. So this move here is forcing. He agreed. Now I want to build still. So here's what we're going to do. We have two things to work at our advantage. Right now we have Sente. And with Sente, we want to try to identify where the big points are. But because we're trying to play a building game, it's a little bit different. The big points I'm looking for now are the Sente moves that I can use in order to keep building my framework. So look for third line stones first. And I see I've got forcing moves all along this like little 16 line. I see he's got an enclosure in the upper left. I can shoulder hit that to build. So I've got a ton of different options here. The one that I'm going to choose, though, I think, is going to be a little bit of a greedy one. I'm asking if he wants to defend this bottom because I've got forcing moves. Yeah. I'm going to be, yep, I'm alpha go. Just take your 4th line territory. And I'm just going to waltz my connection straight back up to my stones. Like so. So now I've expanded into the middle. I gave him a little bit, but I'm getting more, so I'm happy with this. I'm going to connect like so. He wants me to keep growing. I will allow that to occur. Just keep giving me the influence in the middle. I'm fine with that. This kind of style of play is the absolute easiest way to play. It's hard to play an aggressive style, but it's actually very easy to play a building style, because as long as you have stones on the board, you just keep playing in a way that just kind of makes more walls on the board. Like right now I've got the wall on the right hand side, the upper right hand side. I'm just building another wall over here. Note, I did not block at I-14 because I want to get this Hane in. Yeah. I'm going to Atari, and I'm going to Atari again like so. I'm going to extend. He can cut me, that's fine. I'm going to defend my cut point. He'll probably bend. I bet he bends. Nope. Ooh, okay, so there's an Atari here. I want these 2 stones. Those 2 stones are now mine. That's a significant reduction for him. Now, as you can see, he's making all of these glorious 1-point jumps, right? There's only one mild problem with these 1-point jumps. And that if you're strong everywhere else, then I know that just because you've done 1-point jumps doesn't mean you get to reduce me. Though in this case, maybe you do. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe he doesn't get to reduce me. Maybe I'm wrong. If I let him cut through that gets really complicated. And we're trying to play basic, so we will defend ourselves. I'm wrong. Trying to cut through here was a mistake. My bad. I was a little too excited. I will poke it here. I'll Atari that. And then connect, because I'm threatening to cut through. Cutting right now would be kind of amazing. Okay, looks like I can't do that, sadly. I don't see a reason to Atari these stones, but I will. I'll defend myself just because maybe I can't read that out, and I'm a little bit worried that he's going to do something to me. That's an Atari. That's an Atari. Okay. You can extend down, then I double Atari, or a single Atari, and then go into that Atari. Yeah, you can see the penalty that I'm incurring from playing this way. But it's okay. He only has one source of territory, so I'm happy about that. He's got the bottom. I've got the top, the right, and most of the center. He won't be able to reduce all of this. That I'm going to cut off. My corner's fine, my top is fine. Therefore, all of this is fine. Looking for their cut points. If he does, I will actively Atari that as well, just because I want the wall here to solidify the middle. No, I won't. If he actually cuts me on my playtime again. No, there's too many Atari there. I will play this instead. It's a 1-point jump, but you can see it prevents him from playing the Atari that he really wants to play, and it's preventing him from connecting up his cutting stone easily. I don't see a reason to give him this because we are very, very strong in the area, so I will not compromise. I'm going to poke at that. And then seal him out of everything else. like so. And that's my territory in a nutshell. Okay. So my territory is the top, and that swath on the right, a little bit on the left as well. We'll Atari here. Future Connect underneath, that'd be good for him. I take in Gote. That's not so good for him. Now we cut him off. Now he doesn't have any eyes. This is just weird. He's not reading that out. He got a little bit too greedy here. The fact that he could connect up his stone and force me to take 1 point in Gote was great for him. That should have been a good victory. Instead, he kind of played this way and didn't work out quite so well. So let's go ahead and review this game real quick. So what happened here is this 1 stone means I can build because pincering is very, very unlikely in this particular situation, given that his 3/4 is facing mine. If he does pincer, then it's an even easier way to build because we just play this kind of way. And then we're building while attacking. That's ideal method of building. So we just built with a Joseki, which is okay. It's not as cool though. Went into a Sanrinse, he went into an enclosure. No, sorry, he did this first, that's right. And now, this is actually a bit of a mistake. I think I should cut here. Because if he does this, this doesn't go anywhere, ever. I don't care how often you Atari here, this just doesn't go anywhere. So this was a bit of a... I could have been a little bit more aggressive here. Same thing here. If he plays the Atari, I mean, he's just about to lose his stones, which is not particularly cool. He can try to cut me off, but there's no way this works to his benefit, ever. I mean, whatever he does, it just doesn't work out. So this is Sente as well. Now he's completely surrounded. He can do this kind of thing, which is good for him, mind you. He lives. But look at all the extra strength he's given me as a result. So I could have been a little bit more aggressive. But I played the variation that everyone knows. Just pushing. That was Sente. This was a really straightforward thing. We see we have influence, so we said, hey, do you want to protect your area of territory? He said yes, and then I connected back. And now we've got a lot for ourselves. That right there is a key to essentially build. A lot of people can build just by being like, well, I have Sente, there, I built. Took a large point in the middle. But the problem with that is, if you're not threatening anything, then they can look at that immediately and be like, all right, I'm gonna try to reduce you, I guess. Like, hey, you want to defend your area? And you might say, yes, I do. And they might say, you want to defend that area? And you're like, yes, I do. And then suddenly they might turn around and say, okay, now reduce my area. And they built that up suddenly, almost completely in Sente, because they got the forcing moves. So one is Gote, it builds up, but it's kind of boring. 2 and 4 were Sente, so suddenly there's half a board under development because they had forcing moves. This, admittedly, I could have ignored, and I should have. I should have played here, because if he plays this, I just Atari. If he plays this, I connect. He gets to eat 1 or 2 stones, but who cares? This was actually small for me. So this was my mistake. And this was his mistake. This is Gote for me. He should play here now if he wants, which he shouldn't. He should play somewhere in here, because if I keep trying to build, I don't know how, like what, this? There we go. Because if I want to keep building here, I have to be very, very certain that the area that I'm building is larger than the area that I've just given him, right? And I think the answer to that is no, his area is larger. Yeah, his area is a lot larger. So this was my big mistake. Connecting that. Like so. The fact that he gave me that is amazing. And it also maybe says that this one was larger and I misjudged. That's certainly possible. But you can see the basic idea. We're using his moves to get large moves for ourselves. And then from here, we're just building. We're pressing along his stones until we're good. Now here, I could have been aggressive and just attached to here. Because there's not a whole lot that he can do, and I'm going to keep most of this territory now. But I really wanted to get in these 2 stones, because this is big for him. Because now the bottom is like his only area, and the upper left-hand corner, I guess. But that's just free points for me. This was just silly. I mean, I think maybe this actually works. Because it's really hard to hold all this, but it's also really hard to read all this out. So that kind of goes beyond the basic style of play that we were trying to adhere to. So I like that I broke off and I didn't do this. Turns out that Peep was greedy, and I should turn here. If he cuts, I cut. If he plays that Hane, because this doesn't go anywhere. All he can do is this, and then I play there. Because that seals him off nicely. And then that middle's mine. So, easy game. Easy game, easy life. Don't think there's anything more to say about this game. I think this was our good first attempt, our first reasonable attempt to play a bit of a building game. Because you can see the basic principles at work. I'm going to have to refine this a little bit, but I think you can see the basic principles at work, and that's good for me. That's good enough for me, rather. I think what we're going to do, because this was actually a little bit interesting, is I'm going to play a couple of games on Taigem here at the 5Q level, where we try a couple of building games to see if we can't continue to work on this overall idea. And I can see in this game that I chose a few aggressive variations where I should have chosen a bit building variations. You'll have to forgive that. I'm not used to playing a building style. I do apologize. The left hand, the more that I look at it, the more I realize the left hand was just aggressive. I wanted to kill something, so I killed something, rather than sticking to our theme that, oh hey, we're going to be building right now, so that's what we're going to do. So that was my misstep. Yeah, we'll play some more 5Qs later. You can look forward to those games being on my channel. You can also look forward to the wonderful Outtakes game where basic games did not go quite as well. You'll find that later on the channel this week, I think. Hope you get a laugh out of that, and I will see all of you amazing people next time. Take care, everyone.